There is trouble on the horizon in Formula One as Red Bull encounters unforeseen problems. The team's crash test, which fans were eagerly awaiting, unexpectedly ended in disaster. This failure has raised a lot of questions and left supporters wanting to know more. How will this impact Red Bull's 2024 campaign? Watch this video to find out about the crash test debacle, examining what it could mean for the team and the difficulties they may now face. This is Motorsport Junkie, and stick around till the end to get all the juicy insights. Red Bull's start to the 2024 Formula One season has not been ideal so far. After completely dominating the 2023 season by winning 21 out of 22 races, things are taking a different turn this year. They were all set for a major upgrade with their new RB-20 car, but the initial testing did not go well. This is a big issue because passing the pre-season tests is crucial for the car to be officially approved for racing. This is not just a minor problem, it is a major step. Every F1 car has to pass crash tests to prove it is safe for racing. Unfortunately, Red Bull's RB-20 failed the first dynamic frontal crash test in Granfield, UK. The front nose section of the car could not withstand the impact, shattering into pieces and failing the entire test. This is a considerable letdown for Red Bull. After enjoying immense success last season, their 2024 car has stumbled at the first hurdle. Passing the safety tests is essential, so failing the frontal crash test creates uncertainty about when the RB-20 will be ready to compete. Red Bull now faces a race against time to identify and resolve the issues before the season starts. To start, passing these crash tests is like getting the green light for teams to accelerate into the season at full speed. But for Red Bull, it's a red light, signaling an unexpected problem in their development plans. And the rest of the F1 team, they're observing closely, hoping Red Bull might stumble and provide them with a chance to excel in 2024. This news may sound encouraging to Red Bull's opponents, but the major question is if this setback could genuinely throw Red Bull off course. Could it be a game changer for other teams aspiring to gain an advantage over Red Bull? This crash test failure occurred during the first attempt at testing the RB-20 in Granfield, UK. With their successful RB-19, Red Bull had the benefit of being one of the first teams to test their new car early. They likely thought it would go smoothly, but the front nose of the RB-20 didn't do its job of absorbing the energy from the crash. The first crash test not only failed, but it also caused additional damage to the body of the car. To better understand why this is such a big issue, let's examine how a crash test works in Formula One. There are only two places in the world, Milan and Cranfield, that have the proper facilities to conduct a legitimate crash test for Formula One. Crash tests are not just a formality, they are crucial for guaranteeing the safety of the car on the track. The crash tests for F1 are quite demanding because of the intense conditions these cars race in. The front wing of the car faces a lot of pressure during races, setting a high standard that must be met. The test involves mounting the rest of the chassis onto a sled and crashing it directly into a wall. This intense simulation checks various components like the front wing, steering column, and rear section, including a bulkhead test to confirm the fuel cell stays intact during a simulated crash. The test conditions replicate the conditions that could occur on an actual racetrack, with a crash speed of around 17 meters per second. The inspectors carefully observe for particular results. If the vehicle suddenly halts or deforms too much, it is deemed a failure. And that is exactly what transpired with Red Bull's RB-20 model. The front wing of the RB-20 was unable to absorb sufficient energy during a collision, resulting in the failure. This is a very meticulous process since most of the material utilized in F1 cars is carbon fiber. The inspectors require ample illumination to identify both minute and major deformations induced by the crash test. The recent crash test failure of Red Bull's RB-20 can be traced back to their approach with the previous car, the RB-19. The development of the RB-19 was stopped midway through 2023 because it was so dominant and record-breaking that further investment was unnecessary. Red Bull then shifted focus to preparing for the 2024 season. Red Bull took a more aggressive strategy with the RB-20 design because they were concerned about increased competition, closing the gap in 2024, despite their dominance in 2023. Team executive Adrian G emphasized that 2023's dominance wouldn't automatically repeat itself, so the team had to prepare for a tighter competition. Looking further back, weight reduction was an ongoing issue for the RB-19 and preceding RB-18. Red Bull continuously tried to reduce weight in upgrades. The crash test hints that the RB-20's weight-shedding mission may have gone too far. While the RB-19 was above the 798 kg minimum, he revealed lightening the car was a primary 2024 goal. This indicates Red Bull wants gradual, evolutionary improvements rather than a revolutionary redesign. In summary, the RB-20's aggressive yet risky design approach, with a focus on weight reduction, stems from concerns about increased competition and a desire to incrementally improve upon the RB-19's success. This strategy may have backfired, leading to the crash test failure. According to reports, Red Bull is concentrating efforts on improving the Venturi channel panels, which are vital for keeping the car's balance near the ground. Together with a double-floor sideboard design, this establishes a benchmark for the other teams. However, a recent crash test failure illustrates that faultlessness is hard to achieve. Having the most time to develop the RB-20 does not ensure success on the initial attempt. Max Verstappen admitted there are still areas to enhance, especially the car's performance on street tracks. Despite Red Bull's meticulous preparations, the crash test failure highlights that perfection cannot be guaranteed. Though they have had the most time to work on the RB-20, this does not mean everything will go right immediately. Verstappen stressed the need to address this shortcoming for the upcoming season, particularly bringing up street circuits and low-speed bumping over curbs. His remarks sparked discussions within the team about areas needing enhancement. Pierre Wash, a key figure in the Red Bull squad, acknowledged Verstappen's worries and provided additional insight. He mentioned that the team sees the same weakness from a different angle. He highlighted low-speed corners, especially 90-degree turns, as zones where they struggled, as seen in qualifying in Baku and the tough race in Singapore. Wash admitted that Red Bull requires improvement in handling curbs and uneven tracks, pinpointing it as another area needing attention. He emphasized the constant necessity for enhancement in Formula One, stating that there's never nothing free of charge in this business. Although Red Bull is frequently seen as having constructed an ideal system, current events, like the crash test flop and remarks from Verstappen and Wash, offer insights into aspects that require improvement. This provides optimism to their competitors Mercedes, Ferrari and McLaren that they will be able to strongly contend in the 2024 season. So what do you think? Will Red Bull fall from its dominance, and will teams like Ferrari and McLaren gain the top spot on the podium? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon to never miss another upload from us. This is Motorsport Junkie, and I will see you in the next video.